we can turn off the screen sharing for a moment. Thanks. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It's really good to be with so much of our community of every generation. And before we start, we have such a full evening planned. As mentioned, we get to celebrate with the Elevitz family for Sydney Elevitz having the first bat mitzvah since COVID shutdowns went on. We're getting to do our board installation of our board of trustees and our bestie board tonight. And besides it being Shabbat, it is also Rosh Chodesh Elul, the new month of Elul, which is the month that precedes our high holy days, exactly 1 month until Rosh Hashanah. And there's lots of deep meaning about what this month is about in our tradition. The word Elul in Aramaic means searching. And it's really a time for reflection, of taking account of where are the places that we have missed the mark in our lives, where do we want to move more towards. And the other way that Elul is understood is as an acronym, that each one of the letters of Elul, Aleph, Lamed, Vav, and Lamed, all stand for a phrase, Ani lidodi vidodi li, which is from the Song of Songs. I am for my beloved and my beloved is for me, which is that this idea of preparing for the high holy days is not contrary to popular belief about feeling bad about ourselves or looking at all the ways that we've missed it, but it's really about thinking about putting our hearts on what is the kinds of relationships we want with our friends, with our loved ones. Ani lidodi vidodi li, I am for my beloved and my beloved is for me. What is that kind of intimacy and connection in relationship that we want to really revel in, and how do we align ourselves so that we can do that? So at this point, we'll bring in Shabbat with candle lighting, and I'm going to put the spotlight here on Don and Adam and Sydney, but also inviting up, we'll be inviting up Jackie and Judy, grandmother Judy and great aunt Jackie will also be able to join. I'm just finding, there's a lot of names here for Dawn here. Hold on one moment. Okay, I'm sorry this is taking a second. If any of my team sees Dawn and can, oh, there it is. Okay, there you guys go. Okay. All right, you guys are on there. So go ahead and you can, all of you who have candles can light your candles with the Elevitz family, and we'll hear the blessing.
Thank you for watching.
Beautiful. Let's bring in the light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu
melech haolam
asher kiddushanu
v'tzivanu lahad lekner shel
lahad lekner shel
Shabbat.
Amen. Amen. Beautiful. Thank you so much, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Now let's bring in with Lecha Dodi.
Shamur v'zachor b'dibur
We're aware that at this point that not everybody who is here coming together for Shabbat can be here with a heart of joy, because we may have lost, be here for a yard site and thinking about people that we've lost, or in a shloshim period. And this is really the space for our community to hold all of us in whatever space we're in, just like the hands in the image that's holding the candle. So to you, if you're here for a yard site or thinking about someone that you've lost in physicality, we say, Hamakom Yenachem Etchem, may the Holy One comfort you. And you can be in your space while we all pray together. Please stand for the Baruch if you're able. You may be seated.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro mariv elohim b'chol Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem kevod malchuto le'olam va'ed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אמת. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נתן בקודש, לא רציתי לו, עושה דרך, עושה דרך. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נתן בקודש. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
So in our evening service, we have a blessing afterwards that asks God to spread over us a sukkah of shlomecha, of your wholeness or of your peace. And what I think is really interesting about this prayer is that to use the image of a sukkah, of spreading over as a sukkah is something that is built by people. It's something that's built by people. And it seems to invite us to say, you know, God's spreading of a sukkah of peace over us is really manifesting God's self in us to spread that sukkah of wholeness over each other. And we're having the wonderful opportunity this evening to welcome in and acknowledge the stepping forward of service from our new board of trustees and our bestie board. And so I want you to imagine, if you're a board member, bestie board member, or board of trustees, imagine that you're holding a pole for a giant talit, for a giant, just like you see in the image, but even bigger. It can be tie-dye, and it's draping over all of us here. So our leadership is spreading this sukkah of wholeness, this commitment for our sacred community over all of us here. And then Cantor Young and I will be holding another even bigger talit over all of us here together. So we're really holding each other in this place of sacred connection. If you're comfortable, I invite you to stand as we get ready for our Amidah prayer. We'll have a little bit of time of silence as we open up with this intention.
Ufim
can stop the screen share for a moment. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Our Torah portion, Parshat
Shabbat Shalom.
is the classic source of three types of leadership in Judaism, called by the sages the three crowns: priesthood, kingship, and Torah. There is scholarship that even traces our separation of powers in the American Constitution back to this biblical model. The model shares the core idea that power in the human arena is to be divided and distributed, not concentrated in a single person or office. In biblical Israel, there were kings, priests, and prophets. Kings had secular or governmental power. Priests were the leaders in the religious domain, and prophets were mandated by God to be critical of the corruptions of power and to recall the people to their religious vocation whenever they drifted from it. In our sacred community of Temple Bethel, this model teaches us that leadership is a sacred partnership between the Board of Trustees, or the Bestie Board, the clergy, and the congregation. All voices are necessary to create a community that is inclusive, creative, and nourishing to the soul. As we welcome the individuals who have stepped forward to give of their time and love of our community and the Jewish people to serve on the Board of Trustees and the Bestie Board, I want to highlight one aspect of leadership that is applied to kings in this week's Torah portion. Kings are commanded to study Torah, quote, so that he may learn to revere God and not consider himself better than his fellow Israelites. In the biblical model, a king is constantly learning as an expression of humility. While most of the kings that we're familiar with are concerned with their own wealth, power, and aggrandizement, best characterized by the Mel Brooks movie when he says, "It's good to be the king." The Torah's vision is one of service, motivated by a commitment to learn. This incoming board has stepped forward to truly be of service. They're beginning their term this coming week with an intensive online 4-hour leadership retreat over a 2-day period with Rabbi Sid Schwartz, one of the leading national voices in synagogue success and innovation. And then they'll spend 2 more hours the following Sunday for an additional training. This is a board who knows that while each individual brings their professional expertise and worldly wisdom to the position, their success in serving our community is dedicated to their ongoing learning. Our immediate past president, William Spector, showed his love of our community and desire to serve through his dedication to always learning and growing. And our new president this year, who will introduce our board in a little bit, Amy Packer, also brings a deep desire that everyone in the congregation truly feels at home. And at Temple Bethel, she brings a solution-focused approach to challenges. And Amy is constantly making herself available to learn from the URJ resources on synagogue leadership. So we'll get to hear a little bit from them later, but for now we have a special slideshow to showcase our bestie teens and welcome their leadership.
We are so incredibly blessed in our community to have all of these dedicated teens who have come back post B'nai Mitzvah. That is one of the challenges facing communities around the country, and our teens have stepped up and answered the call. They have been creating amazing program for other teens in our community and have been so good at outreach. I am very inspired by their leadership and very excited for the new energy that they bring this year. We thank our outgoing board and welcome in our new board this year, and thank very much Jesse Arst, our youth director, for creating this video in honor of their leadership tonight.
sway. Your job's a joke, you're broke, your love life's the away. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. You're still in bed at 10 and work again at 8. You burned your breakfast so far, things are going great. Your mother wondered there'd be days like these.
Thank you so much, Jesse. Love that video. It's going to be a great year, and I am so proud of our teens for making lemonade out of lemons during this time of quarantine, and continue to look forward to your leadership. A text from Pirkei Avot 2:16 says, Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor, it is not your duty to complete the work, neither are you free to desist from it. We have had so many dedicated volunteers serving on our board of trustees this past year, and we thank all of them for their extraordinary service to our community, for elevating us and bringing so much light. They began the work, and we turn to our incoming board to continue the work of strengthening our community. I want to introduce our president, Amy Packer.
Shabbat Shalom. It is truly my honor to work with these congregants who have stepped up and are being installed tonight as our 2020-21 Board of Trustees. I would like to share a quote from John Quincy Adams. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Becoming a leader is a sacred honor. As we welcome our new board, we stand on the shoulders of those who came before. Their inspiration, a guiding light as a new path is forged. With gratitude, we honor the legacies that made it possible for us to be here. We accept our responsibility of doing our part to help build and strengthen our community and pave the way for those who will follow. May we move from strength to strength. May we always use our hearts and minds to take care of our beloved community of Temple Bethel of South Orange County.
Thank you so much, Amy. At this time, we are going to stop screen sharing and want to invite everybody to hold your hands up. We are going to communally bless our incoming board. Rabbi Kavod and I will offer the blessing. And we're going to ask that no one is spotlighted. So if you can put yourself in gallery view so we can all see each other.
Who's that?
Awesome. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and protect you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God shine God's face towards you and show you only goodness.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God lift God's face up towards you so that you can see God's face in everyone and everything and be at peace.
Amen.
Wishing us a wonderful, wonderful year together of sharing and leadership and communication and fun and joyous, sacred moments. At this point in time, we want to bring into mind people in our lives that are in need of healing. It could be physical healing, mental or spiritual healing. And you're welcome to put the names of people that you want to bring into our healing circle into the chat. And as we sing Ana Elna Refanala, this was Moses's prayer to Miriam, to heal his sister Miriam. We can all bring the power of that prayer through us to our loved ones.
Sometimes I lay under the moon. I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon. 'Cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes my tears are drowned, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. Because all my life I've been praying for people to say.
We now come to moments of and moments of memory. And in our family, remembering we're in the 30 period for the mother of Zena Phillips, mother of our Merritt Weiss, Ellis Joseph Seligman, father of our member Bonnie Whiteman, Lean Line, mother of our member Jody Halbrick, Richard Wynn, father of our member Neil Rosen. We're also commemorating the following yards: George Bauer, Sigmund Brennisell, Marilyn and Rose Brown, Homer Chernin, Hyman Cohen, Sarah Cohen, Sam Dater, Jacqueline Drexler, Faye Friedman, David Gassner, Jack Gluskin, Mickey Goldstein, Dorothea Halgarten, Charles Harris, Elizabeth Hoffmeyer, Jenny Kaplan, Sophia Katz, Sam Keith, Leonard King. Is there any way we can move the names over towards the center? Just because my little square is blocking it. I'll read. Or go ahead, Natalie, if you want to
Kenny
continue.
Mucha, Robert Olin, Susan Alhanti Pardo, Erwin Walter Resnick, Jack Rice, Philip Rubin, Dr. Jules Shapiro, Erwin Sherman, Ruth Schulman, Ralph Silverman, Anne Wiesnoff, and where? Ruth K. Lipsky, and Jean Margulies.
Thank you. Please join me in Mourner's Kaddish. You may stand or sit according to your custom as we feel our connections with the people that we love.
And please feel free to add any names to the chat of loved ones you are remembering tonight.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uvyomechon u'b'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudisha b'rechu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen.
Amen.
May their memories be for a blessing.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei
If you have a glass of wine or juice, would love for you to get ready. Sydney and myself are both going to lead us all in sanctifying this day of Shabbat. So go ahead, unmute yourself there, Sydney. Okay, and whenever you're ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri.
Oh yes, about heaven.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim V'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
L'chaim.
Beautiful.
All right, Sydney, back to you for Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Elo. Wait, is that the wrong key?
Yep.
Forgot.
Yeah, you're right. Do you have a challah there?
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lacha min haaretz.
Amen.
Amen.
Yasher Koach. Beautiful job. Okay. In a moment, we're going to stop our custom live streaming so that we can see all of each